Welcome to my views on news. Three news stories. First one is about a statement issued by Amhara regional government yesterday. An interesting statement. I think the statement is a message from Amhara Prosperity Party for Oromia Prosperity Party. We are seeing frictions between these two factions of Prosperity Party. They are fighting in political arena, fighting in religious arena. Now Amhara PP is sending a message to Oromia PP through this statement. Details for you. Secondly, since yesterday some pictures are being shared, it is being claimed that the pictures are from a city of Tegarai, where locals have elected a mayor without involvement of Tegarai People's Liberation Front. And it is being said that people are fed up with the TPLF. Are these pictures genuine or fake? And thirdly, viewers, Laascaanood Somaliland. Today is day 17 of the start of this confrontation between Somaliland's regional forces and SSC fighters of Laascaanood in Sul region. This morning, heavy fighting resumed. What is happening? Multi-pronged offensive has been launched on Laascaanood this morning. Details for you. Firstly, viewers, Amhara PP and Oromia PP are at odds, we know. Last month, PM Abiy tried to bring the two parties together. A meeting of Amhara PP was held. PM Abiy chaired the meeting. He tried to calm down the members of Amhara PP who asked tough questions about the intentions of Oromia PP. Then a meeting of Oromia PP was held. We saw Shimalis Abdisa, Oromia president, attending Amhara PP meeting, and we saw Amhara president Yilkal Kifale attending Oromia PP party meeting. Adam Farah was there to the vice chairman of Prosperity Party, PM Abiy, then chaired a joint meeting of the two factions. But tensions remained. And tensions were over several issues. Valaga, one of the issues, then using of Afan Oromo language, using of Afan Oromo language and Oromia region songs, anthems, and flag at Addis Ababa schools was another disputed issue, and other issues too. Amhara PP accused Oromia government of backing OLA, that Amharas were being massacred in Valaga. Oromia Prosperity Party accused Amhara regional government of arming ethnic Amharas in Valaga. So a lot happened. Then we saw the start of religious conflict between these two regions in the form of Orthodox Church conflict, when Oromia region-based archbishops split. They tried to form a synod, but they could not. I think they could not get immense following from Oromia. And Orthodox Church became united. We saw massive gatherings in Amhara region. Entire Amhara region stood behind Orthodox Church of Ethiopia. PM Abiy's government stepped back. It tried to create a sort of middle ground for reconciliation between the two factions. And immediately after that, we saw a protest in Cambodia just 3 to 4 days ago, when Muslims, Wollo Muslims protested in front, they protested in support of Mufti Haji Umar Idris, ousted leader of top Muslim body Majlis. He is from Amhara region. He was replaced by Sheikh Ibrahim from Oromia. So this demonstration in Cambodia, I covered in videos, is a way of putting pressure from Amhara regional government upon Oromia government, Oromia PP, that Oromia PP forcibly removed the head of Majlis, who is from Amhara region. This confrontation is ongoing. Amhara regional government has issued a statement now, which is a message for Oromia PP. Or you can say Amhara PP has issued a statement. Amhara PP says, Amhara Prosperity Party, that all should work for unity. We should not be captives of past. Past history should not keep us divided. History is viewed differently, though Ethiopian history is not bad, but history is for school. Based on history, false narratives should not be made. Politicians should not spread hate. Who is Amhara PP talking about? Definitely Oromia PP. Oromia region-based factions and groups say that Oromos were massacred. Genocide was committed of Oromos by emperors who were representative mainly of Amhara ethnic group in the past. They say the church played its role as well. Orthodox Church was partial, it supported Amharas. Based on historical grievances, Oromia region-based groups, they want limited independence in Ethiopia. That is why it is one of the reasons behind tensions between these two factions. And they further say that Amhara PP, Amhara elite has expansionist agenda. Amhara elite has its eyes on Valaga, it has its eyes on Matakal of BG, it wants the Volkait to be part of Amhara. So it wants all neighboring regions to be part of Amhara because it is working for Amhara dominance, which was in the past. There was Amhara dominance in the past, but then groups like TPLF, Oromos, they fought. They tried to introduce ethnic federalism. The system could not completely deliver. Amhara government now says, let's make a fresh start. Focus on the present. Let's forget the past, or past should not be the basis for making decisions about future. Well, I have been saying that if you are a regular viewer, I've been saying that Ethiopian history is not viewed in the same manner in different parts of Ethiopia. A hero in one region could be a villain in another region. Terrorists in Oromia could be freedom fighters in Amhara, if you read history. So what is needed is a fresh start. But a fresh start can only happen if all the sides sit at the table and they cross some and they draw some red lines. These are red lines no one should cross. We have not seen such a comprehensive approach to make future decisions. So far, all governments are working for the interests, regional governments, they are working for the interests of the main ethnic group which lives in that region. So that is why, though Amhara government's statement should be welcomed, having said that, we cannot say that all wrongs committed were committed by other ethnic groups in the past and ethnic Amharas are the true Ethiopians. All are Ethiopians. All have made some mistakes. Those who have made more mistakes, they'll have to make more concessions. Amharas were in power, remained in power for decades. Obviously, their share in past mistakes is bigger than others, perhaps. Then TPLF came to power, sidelined. Now let's see what happens. Secondly, viewers, Tigray, where since yesterday some pictures are being shared. It is being claimed that people of Tigray, they're fed up with the TPLF. They want to remove TPLF. And this narrative is being supported from abroad as well and from some sections in Ethiopia. How true is this narrative? Another question. You can see some pictures on your screen. These pictures are in circulation, since yesterday in circulation. It is being claimed that in Adwa city of Tigray, a meeting was held of locals. Locals elected a new mayor there. TPLF was not made part of the meeting. Federal forces members were there. One picture shows two members of Ethiopian federal police. The federal police is backing the locals who are electing their own leaders without participation of TPLF in Adwa. I tried to confirm. I could not. No one is rejecting or confirming. I have not seen an official rejection from Tigray regional government. Historically, it is said that TPLF is dominated by Adwa group. Two groups, one is from Adwa. And that Adwa's TPLF leaders are in power. They have the main say in the running of the regional government, running of the party. And those who are not from Adwa, they are fighting against Adwa's supremacy. It is being claimed. This such news indicates that an effort is being made to divide TPLF. TPLF is facing internal crisis, external as well. Opposition parties rejecting TPLF as a neutral player for the formation of interim government. Even Tadase Varade has become controversial, military commander. So overall, hard times ahead. And Isas Afwerki just almost 4 to 5 days ago in an interview said that TPLF would face the consequences of what it did. People would hold TPLF accountable. So external and some internal Ethiopian elements want TPLF to split, to divide. And they could be backing some groups in Tigray. It's not unlikely if we come to know that an effort is being made for political engineering in Tigray in the form of removal of TPLF or weakening of TPLF. But it's difficult to say at this point of time what is going to happen next. So what is evident is that an attempt is being made to divide TPLF. We'll update you more if we get concrete information about what is happening in Adwa and in other areas from where Eritrean military has withdrawn and Tigray police, Tigray authorities are now there taking over institutions. Thirdly, viewers, Laascaanood Somaliland. Today is day 17 of the start of this conflict between Somaliland's government forces and Laascaanood Dulbahante tribal fighters, SSC fighters. Day 17, and this morning, on Tuesday morning, heavy fighting erupted. Three-pronged attack was launched on SSC fighters by Somaliland's forces in the outskirts of Laascaanood. Target are some checkpoints, some military checkpoints and bases of SSC fighters which have been established in the outskirts of Laascaanood. Despite 17-day-long fighting, Somaliland's forces could not take control of Laascaanood, rather fighting spread. And civilians are paying the price of this confrontation. Thousands have been displaced on daily basis. Thousands are entering Ethiopia. Ethiopia shares border with Somaliland. More than 100 have been killed in this confrontation so far, hundreds injured. People of Laascaanood, Garads, they have been rejecting Somaliland administration. They say they want to be part of Somalia. Somaliland accuses Puntland and Mogadishu of backing the unrest. It accused Al-Shabaab, that Al-Shabaab is fighting in Laascaanood against Somaliland's forces. International community condemning the violence. Around 48 hours ago, I think, there was a meeting between Musi Abdi, Somaliland's president, international community, some diplomats from EU, US, and Musi Abdi said that he was going to withdraw his forces and that he was sending a team of mediators, but we did not know. We don't know what happened. Were there any mediators sent to Laascaanood? If they were sent, what happened? And Musi Abdi claimed that Garad's tribal elders were under pressure. They wanted a ceasefire, but they were under pressure from other groups. Overall, so far, no concrete solution is in sight. Somalia largely not part of this conflict. Somalia's forces, Puntland forces, they're fighting in support of people of Laascaanood. So what is needed is some approach based on discussion and dialogue. 17-day-long fighting could not produce any result. People are entrenched in their belief that they will defend, they'll die or they'll defend. They'll keep on defending whether they die or they live. Somaliland's government will have to step back now, I think, which it is, but I think before withdrawing its forces, maybe it wants to strike a decisive blow. But we saw that around a month ago, Somaliland's forces tried to enter Laascaanood. There was fighting. Then unilaterally, Somaliland's forces withdrew. There was a calm for a few days. Then fighting resumed. Let's see what happens this time. But overall, a humanitarian crisis is unfolding in Laascaanood, in the neighboring areas of Laascaanood. Regional intervention is needed. Ethiopia will have to intervene as well, because Ethiopia is facing the consequence of this conflict, as thousands are entering Ethiopia as refugees from Somaliland on daily basis. Thank you for watching.